Welcome back, Mavericks. I'm Christopher Morrell.
And I'm Justin Owens. And welcome back to Mav TV.
We have some great stories for you this week.
First, Ms. Lakey would like upper schoolers to know that if you need a VOE, or a verification of enrollment, for the DPS, or a transcript near or during the upcoming holiday breaks, you must order those forms now.
For VOE forms, please email Ms. Lakey at rlakey@sjs.org with your request. VOE forms must have original signatures and thus cannot be emailed or faxed.
To obtain your transcript, please submit your transcript request online at www.sjs.org/transcripts as soon as you know you need a transcript.
Here at Mav TV, we were curious about how it feels to be a new member of the St. John's community. Here's Jared Wilson to show us what it's like for new students and faculty.
Here at St. John's, we want to make sure people feel welcomed, whether that be through athletics, clubs, or hospitality. Today, we'll be interviewing an incoming freshman and a new teacher about how they have felt welcomed. Today, we are interviewing Brian Gordon, a new freshman, and asking him about how he has felt welcomed by the St. John's community. How are you, Brian?
Good.
So we want to ask you a few questions about your introduction to St. John's. Do you feel welcomed by the St. John's community, and if so, what were some of the things that the community did to accept you?
Yes, I feel welcomed by the St. John's community. Some of the ways is like through basketball, like joining clubs and meeting new people. Everyone's nice. The teachers are very helpful.
Thank you for letting us borrow you and taking you out of your study hall.
No problem, big dog.
Since the introduction of the new facilities, more and more students have been inducted into the student body. In order to accommodate for this rise in student population, more and more teachers had to be added as well. We also wanted to interview Miss Mitchell, a new sophomore English teacher, and ask her about how she's felt welcomed by the St. John's community.
Absolutely, really welcoming. There were lots of great orientation programs for us to help us get to know each other. I went on a freshman retreat because I have freshman advisory, which helped us to really get to know each other. And my students have just been really supportive. Even before the hurricane, when I'd only met them a couple times, I had students sort of reach out to me during the hurricane to see if I was okay and if I was weathering the storm, so I've been really supportive.
Well, the St. John's community has grown, so has its heart. This is Jared Wilson, signing off.
Thanks, Jared.
The one thing everyone on campus has in common is the use of the cafeteria. Let's send it over to Dylan McIntyre, who has the scoop on all the new things going on in our food services department this year.
Here at the SJS cafeteria, we want to figure out how the staff here feeds all our kids every day. Let's find out. We talked to Mr. Mallet, Director of Food Services here at St. John's. Why did you choose this job, Director of Food Services?
This job and this location here at St. John's is one of the top jobs in the city. So when it became available, I could think of no better way to continue my career than coming over to St. John's. Our primary food supplier is Cisco Food Services. Our produce comes from Nature's Best Produce and also Chef's Produce. The dairy, all the milk comes from Oak Farms.
What's your favorite food here at the cafeteria at St. John's?
Oh gosh, I just had a waffle, and the waffles are a big hit these days.
Is there any new items that you're planning on right now of implementing?
Well, we did the waffle rollout, and it's being, like I said, being very well received. So we're gonna get some more feedback from the students to see what they're more interested in. The best aspect of this job is it's never boring. I haven't had a boring day in 35 years as far as my work goes. It's always different. No matter what you think you can expect when you walk in the door, it's not going to be that. And there's never a boring day.
We talked to a couple of St. John's students to see what they thought about the cafeteria food.
I'm here with sophomore Miller Humphreys, and today we're going to be talking about some cafeteria food. So Miller, what's your favorite meal in the cafeteria?
In the cafeteria, my favorite food is hamburgers.
And you know, what are you looking to see more of?
Looking to see more of like a lot of meat, and like meat and mashed potatoes is pretty good.
Well, that's going to wrap it up here at the St. John's cafeteria.
Now let's hear about a very unique upper school play production in the fine arts and see what's up for the holiday season.
Thanks, Chris. Last week, Johnny Cake put on a wonderful production of She Kills Monsters. This play is a unique show that takes place in the real world and then quickly switches to the world of Dungeons and Dragons. This was the first Johnny Cake production that dealt with the issue of sexual identity. and it was helped along by engaging costumes and exciting special effects. Congratulations to the cast and crew on an outstanding production.
The next upcoming event for Fine Arts is the Student Choreography Showcase on December 1st at 7 p.m. in the Low Theater. As it's commonly known, Stuco is a student-produced dance concert where the students get to work on their dance and choreography skills, as well as show off their lighting designs.
Quickly following Stuco is the highly anticipated candlelight service at St. John the Divine. This year, the service will be on Sunday, December 10th at 5 p.m. Following the service will be a wassail party in Flores Hall. If you can't attend, but would like to watch the performance, Mav TV will be live streaming the service. You can find our live stream site by clicking SJS Livestream under the School Life tab of our SJS website at www.sjs.org.
Thanks, guys. Now let's take a look at what's happening in athletics.
Fall SPC wrapped up in Fort Worth last weekend. Our Mavericks did not come home with a title, but they can hang their hat on an SPC well played, well run, and not without honor. Here's what some of the competitors had to say about the SPC experience.
Traveling is awesome because we have, especially Fort Worth, we have a 4-hour bus ride to really bond as a team and have team dinners and all our meals together. So I think we've really come together in the past 24 hours and it's really great, and I think it's going to show through in our play.
Being at SPC means a lot for this team because we've kind of been through a lot over these past couple of years, and this year we're really focused on working hard and everything and making sure that we can do our best while we're here. Yeah.
Well, I think that volleyball SBC is something entirely different than, say, wrestling or baseball SBC, because the amount of camaraderie we need and have to have is just totally unlike any other sport, and it's nice to see how far we've come and put in a lot of work. It's unfortunate we can't come home with a title, but we're having a great time.
It means the world to me. This team is like a group of brothers we stick with each other through running and life, and it's just absolute honor.
This being my final race of my cross-country career means a lot, just because I started in 7th grade. I've been doing cross-country for 6 years. I've poured my heart, soul, sweat, and tears into the sport, get put in so much into it, and just to see our team do so well at the final meet of the season in my final season means so much to me. And it's just an honor to be competing at the conference championships, representing the school against all the other top runners in the conference.
To be at SBC and to be having some girls have amazing performances means a lot, because it shows all the work we've been doing this season and the work that people don't see that's kind of behind the scenes, and it kind of goes out on display here. We're really proud of it. Mavericks on 3! 1, 2, 3, Mavericks!
Fall SBC in Fort Worth started with Maverick Field Hockey taking the first win on the weekend, a 3-0 shutout over Fort Worth Country Day. In the second round versus Green Hill, St. John's trailed 2-1 late in the game, but with 3 minutes remaining, Natalie Stone found Audrey Ledbetter for the game-tying goal, knotting it up at the end of regulation. In overtime, sophomore Sinclair Mott, who plays defense, scored the game winner on a corner play set up by forward Isabel Wyndham. Mott said it best, "This is the best feeling that I've ever had, that I could help my team because I love them so much." The Mavs advanced to the semifinals, losing to Kincaid. They finished 4th overall.
Girls volleyball was on fire in their first round match, soundly defeating Oak Ridge 3-0. Next up in the championship quarters, St. John's plays first seed Hockaday Daisies. The Mavericks got down 2-0 but clawed back to tie it up 2-2. Hockaday won the 5th set, and the Mavericks went on to defeat Kincaid 3-0 for 5th place. Kennedy Chake Turner led the team with 47 kills on the weekend. 3 years ago, they did not qualify for the tournament. This year, they had one of their best finishes in recent history. As the season comes to an end, St. John's girls volleyball is hitting new heights.
In Friday's championship quarterfinals, boys volleyball lost their first match 3-1 to Trinity Valley. They rebounded with 3-1 wins over both Kincaid and St. Stephen's for 5th place. Michael Erdahl led the Mavericks with a game-high 26 kills in the final match.
Girls cross country finished in 4th with 118 points. The team was paced by Jordan Kramer's 4th place finish. Catherine Johnston also finished in the top 20 and earned all conference honors along with Kramer.
Boys cross country was in the SBC spotlight, having won the last 3 conference championships. A 4th consecutive title was within their reach. St. John's won the draw for the best starting spot in a field of 15 teams. In the first mile, the Mavericks were in command. Even though the St. Stephen's Spartans had the top 2 runners in the race, Drew Woodfolk was in 3rd, followed by a pack of Mavericks. but as the leaders passed through the final section, St. Stephen's made their push.
Spartans finished 1st, 2nd, 13th, 18th, and 24th for 58 points. The Mavericks' top 5 lined up at 3rd, 7th, 9th, 19th, and 22nd for a second place 60. Woodfolk led the Mavericks with a time of 16:24, followed by Sam Farraguna, Samuel Ho, Simon Jernigan, and Ian Thacker.
Co-captain Drew Woodfolk summarizes the team effort.
I mean, like really everybody, starting from the first mile, went at it. We had guys like Pierce and Sam who were up with some of the leaders, and then as we were finishing, I knew it was a tough race. Everybody who crossed the line was falling down, was exhausted, and everybody just left it all out there.
And that's how it unfolded in Fort Worth. Now back in Houston, there's more SJS athletic achievement in the headlines.
Earlier this week, Kennedy Jake Turner signed a National Letter of Intent, or NLI, to play volleyball for the University of Connecticut Huskies. Kennedy was surrounded with family, friends, and faculty to celebrate her outstanding accomplishment to join UConn next fall and compete at the NCAA Division I level.
Here's what Kennedy had to say.
This moment has really meant a lot for me. It was really exciting to have everyone here today, all my friends and family that have been with me like through this entire journey, and really to just have it done. Like, I'm signed, like it's official. So this moment just really means a lot, and I'm ready to see what the future holds for me.
From the Maverick Nation, congratulations, Kennedy.
Thanks, guys. Now let's go to Robert Helms with a look at our athletes' pregame rituals.
Thanks, guys. Have you ever wondered about pregame rituals? Well, today I intend to find out what they are in the St. John sports community. Now on to our first pregame ritual, the chain. So Harrison, what's the deal with this chain?
Well, the chain is just kind of how it sounds. It's a big, long chain that we have it in a bucket, we keep it in the locker room, and every time we go out to practice, everyone puts their hand on it, we all go out at the same time, and we just walk out. It's like a symbolism, it symbolizes the team, because we're only as strong as our weakest link. So everyone goes on it, everyone goes out to practice on it, and it's a really good metaphor for how we want to approach the season.
Sounds great, thanks Harrison. Now that you've seen one of St. John's most popular team rituals, let's move on and see how some individuals prepare for game day. Alright Matthew, what do you do on game day?
Well, I wake up, normal time. I try to eat a breakfast with a lot of carbs, a lot of electrolytes, like a banana. And then for lunch, I try to get as many carbs as possible so I'm not hungry by the time game starts. So I'll be good.
Makes sense?
Yeah. Get as much energy as possible.
All right, thanks, Matthew. So, Abby, how do you prepare for your games?
We usually warm up our arms and do like a passing warm up, stretch, agilities, and then we usually play a game of wah. Yeah, it's pretty fun. And we listen to some Jabrud Sandstorm.
All right, thank you, Abby.
Thank you.
So, Justin, how do you prepare for game day?
Game day is very important for me, so I got to start off in the morning right, have a couple protein shakes, get my body in prime form.
Definitely.
And then throughout the day, I'll drink water, keep the body ready. And then right before the game, I'll put on a hype playlist and get some music in my mind, just get the mind ready,
Sounds good. Thanks, Justin.
No problem.
As you can see, from team rituals such as the chain to individual ones such as firing people up before the game, pre-game preparation varies greatly between people and sports, but they all play an important part in the St. John sports community. This has been Robert Helms, back to the studio.
Thanks, Robert.
And finally, we have Ishan Shah getting the scoop on what the Great Lawn means to our SJS community.
Hi, I'm Ishan Shah, reporting from Mav TV. Today we will be diving into the life on the Great Lawn. The Great Lawn is an integral part of the St. John's community. And today we will find out exactly why it is so important. Mr. Duncan, why is the Great Lawn so important to student life?
We feel like the Great Lawn is sort of the center of campus for the students. We've had the quad for a long time, and the quad is a great space for seniors, but it's very exclusive, but anyone can be on the Great Lawn. So it really is sort of the central meeting point on campus for the students. It's a chance for them to hang out, outside of class. It's a chance for them to come together around lunch or Da Vinci. So it really is an integral part of campus for the students.
What has the administration done, or what are they doing to improve the Great Lawn experience?
So this is probably the most fun part of my job, and it is buying toys and games for students for the Great Lawn. So basically we're trying to think of ways students can use the Great Lawn to have fun, to sort of de-stress, come together as a community, and really, yeah, just have fun.
Andrew, how is the Great Lawn important to you and your student experience?
To me, it's kind of a second home because I'm always on here playing Frisbee during the football round with friends and other Frisbee players. So yeah, and for my student life, it really de-stresses me because especially during junior year, I have a lot of work to do. But during lunch or Da Vinci, I can just come out here and have fun.
Many students and teachers also use the Great Lawn to enhance the academic experience of St. John's School. Peter, how is the Great Lawn beneficial to you during your class time?
Well, Ishan, as you can see, Physics 2 Honors class is building trebuchets, and our task is to launch a tennis ball from this side of the Great Lawn all the way to the fence.
Well, there you have it, folks. That's why the Great Lawn is so important to student life. It's Ishan Shah signing out from Mav TV.
Well, Mavericks, it looks like we are having another busy fall, and you can catch it all right here.
Please remember to subscribe to us on YouTube so you'll get updates when our new videos are released.
We're always looking for great news stories. If you have any ideas for stories you would like to see on Mav TV, you can email us at news@sjs.org.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon for another edition of Mav TV.
Go Mavericks!